Hello everybody and welcome to SFF180. Thomas here, your host as always, and it is Monday, March 13th, and time again for the mailbag. Hope you guys have had a really good week. Not too bad around here. Decent mailbag today, about 10 packages worth, so we're going to get right into it. Brief announcements. I think this is the final week to nominate for the Hugos, so you may want to get on that if you are able to nominate, being either a supporting or attending Worldcon 75 member. Also, in terms of the BooktubeSFF Awards, we still have the March read-alongs happening, so you'll want to get on the Goodreads group and keep up with those if you want to participate. And also, the giveaways are still happening. The giveaway that I am hosting for Seanan McGuire's 2 Wayward Children novellas. 3 winners can get 1 copy each of Every Heart a Doorway, as well as the sequel, Down Among the Sticks and Bones, which is not coming out until June, so you'll get a sneak at that. That's still going on for a few days, so I will leave all the relevant links below. And finally, I have a decent, exciting week coming up on the channel, so stay tuned. I've got something really exciting coming up for Friday especially, so you'll want to stick around for that. But otherwise, glad to see you all again, and we are going to dig into this week's books right now. Okay, and this first one appears to be from Saga, and it's going to be 2 items. And that's exactly what it is. The first of these is Star's End, the finished copy in hardcover of the new novel by Cassandra Rose Clark. Star's End, some of you might recall, about a month or so ago I would have gotten this as an ARC. This is the finished version of it. Esme Coromina has always known that one day she would run the Four Sisters, the small planet system that her father grew into a corporate empire. Raised as the pampered heir to the company, Esme lived the best years of her life at Star's End, the estate her father built on the terraformed moon where he began his empire. In the tropical sunlight and lush gardens, Esme helped raise their 3 motherless half-sisters. But as Esme is groomed to take over the family business of manufacturing weapons for the mercenary groups spread across the galaxy, she slowly uncovers the sinister truth at the heart of her father's company, and when those secrets are finally revealed, Esme is sure that she's lost her sisters and part of her soul for good. So she's got a crisis of conscience going on. Star's End by Cassandra Rose Clark, and this comes out from Saga on the 21st, so next week. And coming up next, this one looks kind of cool. It's a new novel by Gregory Benford. This comes out May the 9th from Saga, and as you see from the cover, this is an alternate history, which I don't know that that Benford's really known for doing alternate history much. The concept here is, what if the United States developed the atomic bomb a year earlier in 1944 and had it ready to, I guess, drop on Berlin in time for D-Day? That certainly would have changed things quite dramatically. But anyway, The Berlin Project from Gregory Benford comes out May the 9th. Let me know in the comments. And next up we have a Random Penguin package. And this series keeps chug-a-lugging along. This is the 12th now. 12 Destroyer Man novels from Taylor Anderson. I've got every one of them, and I haven't read a single one of them. What is wrong with me? What's wrong with me is I just get a whole mountain of books. But I don't know why I've never dug into this one. But clearly it's popular and people really seem to enjoy it because it's gone on for quite a while. But this is an alternate history, a sort of military SF series. The 12th installment in the Destroyer Men series, a forensic archaeologist with a master's degree in history. Anderson brings his extensive knowledge to the series that New York Times bestselling author S.M. Sterling described as gripping and riveting. It follows the adventures of the crew on board the USS Walker destroyer after it has been transported to an alternate Earth during a battle in World War II. On this Earth, human evolution has not occurred, and there are 2 races of beings, the Grick and the Lemurians. And the men of the USS Walker develop an alliance with the Lemurians and enter into a war with the Grick. And apparently it is a war that has lasted 12 novels, and this one is called Devil's Due. It's out June 13th, and so, yeah, if you're a fan, well, here you go. The saga continues. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm starting to feel like maybe I should at least make a gesture towards this series and give it a chance. But if those of you are already fans, for those of you who are already fans, well, you've got another one, June the 13th, from Ace Books. Okay, now what do we have? We have a white envelope, and that usually denotes a tour title. Usually. Not always, but usually. Okay, then it looks like it is traditional fantasy time here at Tor Books. This is Spy Master. The authors are Margaret Weiss and Robert Kramis. And this is the first in a new series apparently set in the same universe as their earlier series, the Dragon Brigade trilogy, if you like those. And this is called Spy Master. It comes out next week on March the 21st, and it's politics, court intrigue, and piracy combined in this gripping fantasy adventure. On a world already riven by the ancient hatred between the Rosian and the Freyan empires, privateers of each nation have long preyed upon the ships of the other. What few realize is that a sinister cabal controlled by a rogue dragon is not only behind this piracy, but is organizing criminal enterprises all over the world. Well, this does sound like it could be fun, right? I mean, it's got the whole rogue element, and apparently you have a gang of pirates led by a dragon. Not by someone on a dragon, but by the dragon himself, which is a concept I think I kind of like. But otherwise, all right, well, here you go, epic fantasy with dragons and pirates and high seas adventures and skullduggery from Tor Books on the 21st of March, Spymaster. Let me know in the comments. And, well, here I am, not very surprised to have finally gotten the final finished copy of this, The Collapsing Empire by John Scalzi. Comes out on the 21st, and I have already received the ARC for this. And, well, this is one you can look for a review of soon, because I've read it and am in the process of preparing the review. But this comes out March 21st. It is set in a future galaxy-spanning empire in which space travel is conducted through a natural phenomenon called the flow, which allows spaceships to sort of travel outside space-time and cross great intergalactic distances. But the flow is, like being a natural phenomenon, is changing course. And when colonized planets are going to be cut off, they will be cut off. They will be cut off forever. And in the midst of this, a transition in power is happening. There is a rebellion on one of the worlds. There is a new emperor being installed. And it is Scalzi's usual brand of spacefaring action-adventure and politics. And anyway, look forward to my review of this, but the finished copy, like I said, is now here, and it is going to be in stores on March the 21st from Tor Books. Okay, and these next couple of packages that I've just opened up, these are from Harper Voyager, and I guess I'm going to have to get in touch with the publicist there, because as nice as they are, they have sent me a couple of paranormal romance titles, and I do not read that stuff. I would not read it if hell froze over. But they've sent it to me anyway. This is like a new one from Ilona Andrews, who write a lot of popular fantasies. White Hot. Ooh. And then this is something called, Jesus Lord, Immortal Unchained. That's hilarious. All right, well, this one's, I guess, coming out soon. This one's coming out in May, if you're into this. So otherwise, yeah. Maybe this one will be a bit more up my street. It's also from Harper, so we'll see if they got it right on this one. And they did. The very week after sending me the ARC for The Malice, they have sent me the finished copy for The Malice. This is the sequel to The Vagrant. It is a fantasy series by Peter Newman, which is being described as Mad Max meets Stephen King's The Gunslinger meets the Book of Eli. And very highly thought of by people who have read these, so I think I'll probably go ahead and start fast-tracking these two, because it does seem like the sort of dark, bleak, apocalyptic approach to fantasy that occasionally just pushes all of my buttons. All right, but let's see, when this is now out. This released March the 7th in trade paperback from Harper Voyager, so there you are, The Malice, the sequel to The Vagrant. Okay, moving right along. Another Harper Voyager. Guess we shall see. Okay, this is quite a bit more like it. This is something called Flames of Rebellion. The author is Jay Allen, who has done a couple of previous space operas through Harper Voyager. And this one comes out, let's see, this is the 21st, so next week. The idea here is, what if our future were a worst-case scenario of authoritarian American government? What do you mean, future? With the resistance on the largest space colony facing despotism dire enough to make even hardened rebel generals blanch, what if these rebels, desperately fighting for their independence, were to sow the seeds of revolution far across the galaxy? Such is the premise of Flames of Rebellion. The planet Haven slides closer to revolution against its parent nation, Federal America. Everett Wells, the fair-minded planetary governor, has tried to create a peaceful resolution, but his failure has caused the government to send Asha Stanton, a ruthless federal operative, to quell the insurgency. Wells quickly realizes that Stanton has the true power, and 2 battalions of government security troops, specifically trained to put down unrest, under her control. Unlike Wells, Stanton is prepared to resort to extreme methods to break the back of the gathering rebellion, including unleashing Colonel Robert Semmes, the psychopathic commander of her soldiers, on the Havenites, but the people of Haven have their own ideas. They are not the beaten-down masses of Earth, but men and women with the courage and fortitude to tame a new world. Well, here we go, then. All right, if this is going to scratch your need for rebellion, if you're going to scratch that itch, this is out, like I said, next week from Harper Voyager, Flames of Rebellion. Yeah, I'm going to expect that over the next couple of years, we're probably going to see quite a few more military, science fiction, and quasi-dystopian SF on this theme of rebelling against authoritarian governments. Okay, what is this one? This is from Random Penguin. Well, this looks like one that might push some of your buttons. This is called Shadowrun. It's a YA space opera coming out on the 21st. The authors are Adrienne Strickland and Michael Miller, a couple of new talents, apparently. Let's see what it says. Nev just started as the cargo hauler on the starship Khitan Heritage. His captain, Cole, is the youngest ever person on Alizak to have her own ship. She's brassy and bold, and she tolerates no argument from her crew of orphans, fugitives, and conmen. Okay, got those tropes in place. As for Nev, he's actually a prince in hiding. Okay. YA always has to just sort of go there, you know, whatever. He thinks Cole holds the key to changing galactic civilization, but when her cooperation proves difficult to obtain, he resolves to get her to his home planet by any means necessary. Before they know it, a rival royal family is after Cole, and they're more interested in stealing her abilities than in keeping her alive. Nev's mission to manipulate her becomes one to save her. To survive, she'll have to trust her would-be kidnapper. Nev may be royalty, but Cole is discovering a deep reservoir of power of her own, and stars have mercy on whoever tries to hurt her ship or her crew. Shadowrun comes out, like I said, on the 21st from Delacorte Press, so let me know in the comments. Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, Illuminae was silly as hell, but it, you know, it had its entertainment value. Okay, well, what's this final one? What's this final one? Is a Hachette Group release. Well, okay then. I guess we're going out on a high note this week. This is a highly anticipated new YA. It's by Laini Taylor. Her new novel is called Strange the Dreamer. Comes out March the 28th from Little and Brown, and let's see what it has to say. This is, of course, she's the author of the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy, a popular series, and this is a long-awaited new. Gosh, they were pushing this all the way back at last year's BEA. So, anyway. It says the dream chooses the dreamer, not the other way around, and Laszlo Strange, war orphan and junior librarian, has always feared that his dream chose poorly. Since he was 5 years old, he's been obsessed with the mythic lost city of Weep, but it would take someone bolder than he is to cross half the world in search of it. Then a stunning opportunity presents itself in the person of a hero called the Godslayer, and a band of legendary warriors, and he has to seize his chance or lose his dream forever. You see, it's all kind of shiny. What happened in Weep 200 years ago to cut it off from the rest of the world? What exactly did the Godslayer slay that went by the name of a god? And what is the mysterious problem he now seeks help in solving? The answers await in Weep, but so do more mysteries, including the blue-skinned goddess who appears in Laszlo's dreams. How did he dream her before he knew she existed? And if all the gods are dead, why does she seem so real? Okay. Well, lush YA fantasy, and like I said, a highly anticipated title by Laini Taylor, comes out on the 28th. Let me know in the comments, and have a bit more shiny there to wrap up with. Shiny. And that's it. That's what we got this week for the mailbag. Some highs and some lows. That is usually how it is. But anyway, you know the drill. Light up those comments. Let me know which of these looks most interesting and exciting to you, which you'd like to see me prioritize for review. Above all, if you enjoyed watching, please hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe if you have not done so. That is how SFF180 grows as a channel, and we are squeaking very, very close to that 3,000 threshold. Very exciting. Thank you all for your support, as well as the people who have supported me at my TeePublic store and Patreon. All of my Patreon supporters in Wink's Army get to watch Mailbag Monday one day early on Sunday afternoons. So thank you all to those people. And until I see all of you next time, stay tuned to the channel this week for some exciting new content, and happy reading.